Hi, Abhiram, and welcome
Hey,
to
Sunaina.
Sports Talk by Sports Paddock. So, welcome. So,
Glad
just
to be here.
great. And so, I'll just mention a few lines about you. So, you are currently working with TCS in marketing, and you are the co-founder of BTMFC, a non-profit organization. And in your past years, from 2008 to 2016, you were the captain and the player for BTM Football Club. You've completed your D license badge and took up the role of head coach with BTMFC as well, right? And you are
Yeah.
currently overlooking the management of the club. So great to have you here. And I'll jumpstart to the first question, which I'm sure you're very familiar with. As a player and a manager, what were your experiences throughout the lockdown to the current situation we are in?
So a really good thing happened to us, right? So last we had qualified from C division to B and A, and the A division happened just a few months prior the mass outbreak in March, right? So the A division was happening in the December Jan time, and we got relegated from the league, right? We finished
Oh,
actually last of all the 10 teams, and we were relegated because of our performance on the pitch. And then this virus outbreak was there, and that's when AIFF decided to cancel all leagues which had been conducted. All results were cancelled because
yes.
they couldn't conduct the entirety of the game. So luckily, because of the COVID outbreak and all of that, we are still an A division club, right? So the next month, our new season is starting, and we're still starting afresh. The previous results
Oh,
are not counted for us.
so it's like a clean sheet
So
for you.
yeah, so that's one good thing that's happened to us in terms of our survival. So that's when we took a real step backward, and we did a few changes in our system.
What
And
changes did you inculcate?
so we got in a more structure. We got in football guys to manage the technical aspect of the club, basically the coaching. So we have hired a couple of guys who have spent their entire career playing football and coaching. So we got someone who with a lot more focus to take up these roles. So yeah, and that's to answer to your question. So yeah, in
Wow.
terms of challenges, the challenges what we are facing is, I think there was a lockdown, right? There's a 21-day lockdown imposed by the government, and after that, even most of them were very reluctant to come out, right? So but during that period, we were doing all our interview process, and we hired our coaches. We had even decided our next team, who has to be in our team, and then. So now we had to go about starting practice, right? It was a very tricky thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now we have actually started practice. It's been since 1 month. So we are
Oh,
doing
wow.
it's been our own small sort of bio bubble which we have created, where we have put in a lot of rules and restrictions for the players. And luckily, we don't even have a single case as of now, touch wood. So the
Wow.
last 1 month, we have been training every day with a squad of around 30 of them, and we're doing well. Hopefully we can kind of maintain that with all the restrictions and stuff like that.
Lovely. But during that lockdown period, did you have some sort of routine, or how did you like keep your like players motivated, and how did you stay connected with them? Did you have any challenges during that period, that peak phase?
Correct. I mean, most of the players, right? So they lose a lot of fitness if you don't do
Yeah,
anything. So especially in football, it is a very cardio intense game, right? So even if you don't work out for like say 1 or 2 weeks, your cardio levels drop down a
definitely.
lot. So
So
I
how
mean,
did you keep them motivated?
we were trying a few things, but it worked sometimes, it didn't work. So what we did was, this Nike Run Club app,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So we just formed our own group, our BTM Football Club group, and the challenge was we had to complete 300 kilometers in a space of like 6 or 8 months, everyone. And whoever enters the 300-kilometer club after the end of 6 months, we all meet up for a nice dinner. So that was the
Oh,
challenge.
wow. That's
So
lovely.
I
That's
mean,
lovely.
some of them took it up seriously and they did it, and the ones who were motivated by the dinner also did it. So we had a few of them actually do it, so it was fun. But some of them couldn't do it because I think the parents didn't allow. Some of the younger ones, like the 16-year-olds and the 17-year-olds, I think the parents didn't allow them out. So yeah, these were the few things we were trying out. but didn't. It worked sometimes. It didn't work out sometimes.
That's a lovely way to keep you like physically motivated. Was there anything that you had to do in terms of mentally keeping them active, or this workout or making this group sort of mentally kept them occupied throughout for the older ones and for the younger ones? Was it the same thing, or was there any difference?
So what was happening was whenever someone did a run that day, right? Someone goes and runs a 5 km or a 10 km. They come and they post their time. So the next person wants to go and beat that time. So it's
Oh,
like, okay, you
wow.
did it in 15 minutes. Let me try and lessen it. And
That's
so
healthy.
yeah,
That's
there's an
really
internal
healthy.
competition was there. So yeah.
Lovely, lovely. And you said that you've been training for the past month, right? So do you have any
Yeah.
plans coming into the next year, like any strategy as we come into 2021?
So yeah, so we are training every day. We are doing full-fledged training now. So we finished our first month. So we'll be training through November and December. And post that, we have to wait for the AIFF and the KSFA's decision when they have to start the league. And post that, we'll decide. So if the league is going to start early in Feb, then we might get into this practice matches kind of a mode. Or if
Okay.
the league is going to start like 2 or 3 months later, then we'll still continue with our practice.
What's your take on how 2021 will be in terms of football leagues or sports in general, sports leagues?
I mean, I think the biggest challenge is for the club owner. Before the pandemic, the biggest challenge was for a coach actually to bring out the best in a football team and actually make
Yes,
them play beautiful football and win
definitely.
titles. But right now, that has become a one step lower, and the biggest problem is now of the guy who owns the club, right? He has to get in all the money and pump in the money. He has to figure out a way to like make money or make revenue so that he can at least survive this phase. I think
Definitely.
most of them have that challenge. Like actually, if you look at the international stage, there's no empty stadiums. They have to figure out way
Exactly.
to they get money. Even in local, we are struggling to get our jersey sponsors. Last year, we had like around 10-15 sponsors ready, and we could pick the best deal. For now, for us to go, we are pitching in a lot, and we're still trying to get our jersey sponsors.
So what are they telling you, like these sponsors? What are that there's no crowd now,
So
so we won't sponsor, or that they themselves are
yeah,
facing
so
difficulty
their businesses have also been
affected?
correct. You are right, right? That's the thing happening. So they are having a slowdown in their business, right? So then they haven't given a flat no as it, but they're just stalling the decision making process.
Wow, but I hope things turn around definitely, because even TAL is banking on you guys coming in and showcasing everything that you've got. And speaking
Yeah.
of, yeah, but speaking of TAL, you have been a part of the TAL family. What was your experience with your team and you being a part of the family?
With TAL, I think we as a team we just represented twice. One was in the very first season and one was in last season.
Mm-hmm.
So TAL is a very good product, you know, like to come in, and it is very professionally conducted in terms of how the game has to be conducted. And post that you get all the stats and videos, and you can sit and analyze and stuff. And it gives a very competitive environment because our state leagues it just comes once in a year, and they are just 10 games, so it gets over in the space of 1.5 months.
So it's
So I
short.
mean, TAL keeps us motivated to come aboard and play there.
Yeah, we will continue to be also.
Yeah.
Yeah. And coming to the next question, if you could send out one message to, say, a player or anyone who's working from home and who's in a dilemma to do what you guys are doing right now, like getting out and playing, what would you tell them? What message would you want to send out to them?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a very tricky situation. So if you have, I would say the player that if you have the discipline to kind of follow as much restrictions as possible, then play the game and train outside. So discipline can be in terms of very less interaction of eating outside or meeting a lot of people. And even if you start playing, just start playing with the same gang again and again every week. So you know where they're up to, what they're up to. So it's all about just minimizing risk. I mean, you can't completely fend away the virus. So try and minimize risk as much as possible. If you have the discipline, I think you can go out and play.
Lovely. That's really lovely. And coming to my last question, you as a player, can you tell me one memorable, like I would say most memorable moment in your sports career?
As a player, I mean, as a player, I don't have many, man.
There must be one that really will stay with you. Or
so yeah,
even as a manager, something that really stuck to you, a moment.
I was a very bad player, you know. Like, I'll tell you one incident about that. So we started playing the C division in around 2009, right? And we were a team which used to always go to the semis or quarters and lose, okay? And this used to happen to us for like close to 3 or 4 years. And that's when I decided, okay, let's change things up a bit. And we got few players from outside of the BTM Leod. BTM Leod is a small area in Bangalore. I think you're aware of it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We got a few players from outside of our area, and that year we did really well, right? So we were in the semis, and one game we win, we get into the B division. So what happens is the game starts, and I score an own goal, and then all the floodgates open, and and we lost the game, all right. And that's when I realized, okay, I think it's my time to start coaching and help the team from the outside. So I took that thing up.
You say it very casually, like you just scored an own goal. Like, yeah, that happened.
I mean, it was not such an obvious goal. Someone shot it, deflected, and all of that. So, yeah. So what happened the very next year was we again, and this time I was coaching the team. We had practiced and stuff like that, and we are again in the semis position. And 2 minutes into the game, we are 2-0 down. And I'm like, what is this happening? All these 4-5 years, when I played, also it's all deja vu for me. Now again, as a coach, also we're coming to the semis and we're 2-0 down and stuff like that. So I had literally given up. I was just sitting in the dugout watching. Okay, well, let's see what unfolds now. I was just sitting there, and then slowly the boys slowly turn it up, and before the end of first half, we are 2 each. All right, that was amazing.
Wow.
And then I didn't have to talk anything in the halftime because they were really charged up and pumped. And if I added something more to it, I think it would have ended up in red cards and yellow cards. So I just kept quiet. And the boys go in and they steal another goal, and we won.
Wow.
We win, right? This was the first time we win in 8 years. We go to the B division, and that feeling was something I couldn't describe it at all for a few days. You know, I was just like letting it sink in. Was all very happy, sitting alone and smiling all the time and stuff like that. It was a very nice feeling to qualify for the first time.
I know, and that too coming like from a certain level and then suddenly shooting up and finishing it with a bang, like really.
Correct.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the beauty about the game, right? It's fun.
That's lovely. And that's such a lovely thing to keep with you throughout. I mean, I'm sure your teammates will probably say the same thing if they had to remember one big moment when you guys won that last game.
Correct. Lovely. Yeah, for that batch, yeah, that is the very big moment. Now we have a different set of batch. I think 10 of them are still from the same batch who won the first league. They're still playing with us.
I think it's a lovely message also to like every team who's at any level right now. Like you can always make it and you can always like step it up a notch, like within yourself. You don't need anything like fancy or anything extra. You guys just have to believe in it yourself.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Lovely. But that was lovely, Abhiram, and thank you so much. Like we're done with our short episode of Sports Talk, and lovely time.
Yeah, it was nice speaking with you, Sunena.
Take care.
I hope,
and thank you.
We all connect again soon.
Yes, we will. And all the best to your team. Hope to see you on the field soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.